Hello students, welcome to a brand new video by Notebook. Today we are going on a trip. So without much delay, let us pack our bags and board the bus. Among all the students going today is a boy called Raju, a student of class 4. Other students from class 2 till 5 are going with us. Here's a list of students going from each class. From the chart, can you say which class is sending the most students and which class the least? Yes, the most number of students are from class 5, while class 2 has the least. Anyway, enough playing around. Time to board the buses. How many buses do you think there will be if each of them have this kind of seat arrangement or layout? Very simple. First, let us add up all of the classes to find out the total number of students going on the trip. This value comes to be 235. Now, the students will definitely not be going alone. There are 10 teachers accompanying our students in the trip. As a result, there are total of 235 plus 10 or 245 passengers on this trip. Now, we need to find out the number of students that can fit in a single bus. Using the given layout, we can find out the number of passenger seats per bus. But we will not count each seat individually. What will we do instead is use multiplication to calculate more easily. From the layout, we can see that each row has 5 seats and the last row has 6 seats. So, let us count the number of rows having 5 seats each. There are 9 rows with 5 seats each. This means there are 9 multiplied into 5 or 45 seats. With this, we add the 6 seats of the last row that we have ignored in our multiplication. We get a total of 51 seats. Therefore, the buses have 51 passenger seats each. So, we will divide the total number of passengers, that is 245, with the capacity of one bus to find out the whole number of buses needed. You all agree with me on that, I hope. So we divide 245 with 51. The division gives a quotient of 4 and leaves a remainder of 41. This means that there are so many passengers that 4 buses will be completely filled and 41 passengers will still wait to be seated. As a result, we need another additional bus for them. Therefore, we will need 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5 buses. So now, let us get on the buses. One at a time. Don't rush. Good. As everyone's on board, we can set off. The buses are heading down the highway. All of the kids are having a great time. Raju and his friends start discussing how many golgappas they would eat. Raju proclaims he can eat up to 15 in one sitting. His friend Hari says that is nothing and he can eat as many as 22. Neha jumps in by saying she has eaten 25 golgappas once. Soon, everybody is claiming more and more quantities until their teacher finally stops them. She asks the children to write down on a piece of paper how many golgappas can they each eat, and at the next stop, they can have a friendly competition. The children excitedly start writing down their world record breaking numbers on eating golgappas. everyone writes more and more absurd figures. Anil writes he can have 90, while Madhuri claims she can finish 100 Golgappas. Their teacher, meanwhile, is calculating the expenses of this impromptu eating match. She takes the sheet and is shocked at the absurd quantities. If all of these children could actually eat so many Golgappas as they claim, they would create a bill in lakhs. She needed to moderate the amount. She knew that no class 4 or 5 student would actually eat 100 Golgappas alone. So she assumed an average of 20 Golgappas each. Now, she needs to find out the number of Golgappas actually needed. Can you say how she could calculate this amount? Yes, you are correct. She needs to multiply the total number of students with 20 to find out how many Golgappas can they actually eat in total. So, from the seating chart before, we know that there are 235 students. Let us help out our teacher here. The total number of Golgappas will be 235 multiplied into 20, which is equal to 4,700. Now, she asks her fellow teacher what would roughly be the price of Golgappas there. He replied that they could assume 5 for 10 rupees. Now, if 5 Golgappas cost 10 rupees, what would be the cost of each? Of course, 10 rupees divided by 5. From this, we find that each Golgappa costs 2 rupees. Now, we may simply multiply 2 rupees with the total number of Golgappas to get the final amount. Like before, why not help our teacher with this sum too? We know that 4,700 Golgappas will be bought for 2 rupees each. Therefore, the cost of all of them will be 4,700 multiplied into 2 rupees or 9,400 rupees. Great job! We now come to the end of this part of our video. We will see you soon with another part where we will continue with our trip to Bhopal. Until then, Team Notebook bids you goodbye.